Okay. We're back with more Kotor 2 being evil. Alright. I adjusted some graphical settings and hopefully I won't get the stuck after combat thing, but we'll see.
Can you read me?
Maybe. It's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragas fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
Alright. Let me know if anything
Will do.
happens.
And be careful down there.
I'll do my best. So, we got an emergency crate, huh? What we got? Medkit, survey gear, safety harness, shield, and an armor set. So, we finally have a uniform. Let's see. So, we have a stealth, and we use the safety harness, survey gear. Let me see here. So, we have... Here's a mining shield here, a regular shield, and the mining shield. Alright, should be fine.
Find the emergency supplies?
Yeah, some gear and a uniform.
Damn it. I mean, good. Good to hear it. No sense in you running around half naked. It's distracting. I mean, for the droids. But there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
Anything else?
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids. Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibro blade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is.
Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Anything else?
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Alright. So yeah, something that the game kinda told you right there is the fact that if you move in as someone using a melee weapon on someone using a ranged weapon, you actually decrease their chance to hit you, which is kind of nice. Alright, let's see. Can we recover a minor sonic mine?
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic. If you have any skill with this...
Yeah. I'm just gonna... Understood. Let's see, can we recover this mine? Nice, okay. Okay, so we're getting a lot of parts which will come into play right here. So this damaged mining droid, we can repair it with parts. It only takes one. We have 10. Let's see what else we can do. Alright, let's do this. We'll have it have weaponry and we'll do some baiting. We get a little bit of experience for it. Alright, let's see. Can we bait him into us? Nice. Damn, the sound effects are loud. Okay, I'll see if I can fix that. And it looks like we did not fix our issue. We have to check some of my other settings later. Because I changed the in-game settings, but it might be also one of my settings with NVIDIA, I guess. I'll have to double check that issue. But apparently the bug is caused by refresh rate and, you know, the fact that, you know, this is a very old game and I'm running it on my, you know, my little lap. It's a laptop, but pretty strong laptop to be honest. Okay, do any of these guys drop anything? Okay, just that guy. Okay, there's more droids ahead. Okay, the problem here is if I am right, yeah, there's a little maintenance droid right there. Okay, let's run away. Hopefully they chase me. Did they stop? I guess they did. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a really annoying bug. I really need to figure this out. Otherwise, the game will be extended in not a good way. Okay, that guy activated a shield, I think. Yeah, that ion grenade actually worked out really good. I actually destroyed that little maintenance droid, so... Okay, sweet. Those fights went pretty well. I knew I forgot something. Ooh. I actually got some stimulants. Little buffs, but they can come in clutch. Alright, so right here we gotta be careful.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on.
Alright, got it. So yeah, we have the Talos mining shield. We're gonna turn that on, as that'll protect us from heat damage. Alright, unfortunately we took a small hit, but that's okay. We leveled up. Alright. Let's keep upping our... Let's see, we got 3 points. So I'll be focusing on demolitions and repair. Let's see. Can we take anything good? Let's see, we need level 4 to improve one of our attack skills, and I'll probably go into Flurry. As you see here, it'll decrease my defense by 1 when I use it, but... and I also get a -2 to all my attacks, but it lets me do an extra attack. which will stack with something else I'll be using later. For now, let me see here. We already have the +1 on melee attacks. I could take toughness for health, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get repair as a regular skill. So now it only costs 1, so I can spread my points a little more. Alright, so until level 6 we won't get heal. Another one we could take at some point is this one, so we don't have to really worry too much about having high persuasion. I already have shock. I'll probably go to lightning, force lightning, and then storm eventually, but storm's until 18. The nice thing about Force Scream, it does sonic damage. But we don't want to go too crazy with the force powers because we're going to have low wisdom, which, you know, makes sense. So we're going to take Burst of Speed. It's a relatively strong skill, especially once we upgrade it a little more. I might have to reduce the refresh rate. I reduced it to 60. But look at this, the mines usually don't go that fast. The reason I'm recovering the mines is they give you a chunk of XP more if you can recover them, and on top of that, obviously you keep the mine. But having mines can come in handy. Hang on, let me check something with the graphics real quick. Oh, okay, never mind. Game's like, no, not right now. Damn. Sweet. I technically didn't even get in combat, so I get to just keep walking. Sweet. That actually went a lot better than I expected.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on.
Yeah, got it. Alright, so we're gonna use the regular energy shield. It should protect me for a little bit from damage from blast or fire. We're gonna attack the 2 droids here, and then we'll go into the central computer here. Luckily, the shields they got don't really help them. At least not against my sword. However, in the future, there are shields that actually help against melee attacks. Okay. So, here we can use a minor sonic mine. Yes. Because we don't have security, so we can do this. No, I guess that doesn't work for this. Well, it's fine. Let's see, what are the droid command functions? Add other droids. Cancel mining on organics. Reassign to mine sealed doors. Ooh, rise the temperature to blind the thermal sensors. Yeah, we don't care about that. Alright. Let's see, what do we got? Field containment functions. Shut down the fields. But I did blind them, though. Oh, nothing there. Nothing going on there. Identify an hollow cord breaker camera.
Everybody here?
What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with her on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So she's one of the survivors? Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. She's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If she's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have her walking around here. She'll... well, I don't know what she'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the Exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Gorda, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
And this guy's the greedy bastard that wanted to send us to the Exchange. All right, so let's we have how many spikes? We have 2. That's enough to do this. So mind the sealed doors, please. Yes. Alright, so we don't have to worry about any doors now. Fortunately, we did not have anything for the cylinder there. That's okay. Fine. Oh, wait. Open sesame. Oh, come on, dude. Well, that's probably computer spikes we broke, but we get a security tunneler and some grenades. That's good enough for me. Luckily, since we blinded them, they won't engage in combat unless we engage them. So... So they're pretty defenseless, and basically free XP for us to grind. And they're like, what's happening? Let's see, we need 6,000 XP. We're on our way actually already to level 4. That's pretty good. Alright, but this will still be a bit of a slow burn start to this whole series. Nice. There's nothing else over here, right? Nope. Alright. Smack these droids. And that's a nice thing about having a good chunk of strength this early, on top of getting the chance to hit that I have. Okay, we came from there. Anything over here? Damn. Alright, so real quick, I'm gonna... Oh, we got something here. Ooh. We actually got a component to potentially... But let me just burst up speed. Yes, I know. So, we move a little faster, but the main thing it does, as you'll see here... Damn. Actually, I might not do it yet until I actually upgrade it. That's okay. Let's see, feats. No, powers. So, it gives me +2 defense right now, which is actually pretty beefy. On top of just me being able to actually run faster. No, damn it. Okay, sweet. I can actually use my scroll wheel for that.
Yeah, I'm picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
What kind of readings?
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
How much time I got?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick.
Yeah, so basically Atten's like, dude, the thing's gonna blow because you lowered the containment fields. Because the heat and all this stuff is coming out. And as they mentioned on last episode, we're on an asteroid field full of basically low grade fuel. Which, you know, can explode. Cardio regulator, basic ionite edge, and some stuff. Not much else going on here though. I just needed to make sure we get any and all items we can get, because the early game, you know, money is gonna be a bit of an issue, on top of also like just having items that are useful. One thing to note, you definitely don't want to be in combat when you're doing disarming or security stuff, because when you're out of combat, as I said, this is based on D&D. When you're in combat, you actually roll for these, but when you're out of combat, you get an auto 20, or I forget exactly how it works, but basically you get a guaranteed way higher roll when you're out of combat. Why are her eyes closed? You okay there? We got more droids over there. Ah, so this container right here, it is actually like damaged, so you cannot security it or even bash it, but we can use a mine to open it, which what should have happened with the other one, but I guess that one specifically wants to be opened by the computer. Like some money, some shields, some health. Nice, nice, nice. And nothing else here, so let's whack this robot. Okay. Ooh. We actually got a surprisingly strong item for this. So we get +4 on our physical attack, and this only happens if we're unarmed. So, we're getting +4 to our attack. It's actually very strong. I'm surprised we got that off of a random robot here in the prologue, essentially. Or Well, yeah, this is really the prologue. The robot T3 section, if I actually did it, would have been more of a tutorial than anything. Gotta get that little maintenance droid as soon as the game lets me move. Hello, please? Please? Let me move? Alright. Eat mines. I mean... Oh, we got a Circa utility belt. I believe that is basically a better. Yeah, we get +2 to everything and +3 to, well, not everything, but important things, and +3 to treat injury, which is basically way better than our safety harness, so we'll slap that on. We're getting some crazy good items for this early game section, to be honest. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up the map. We pretty much explored the whole thing. The superheated tunnel, and we're gonna go up the turbo lift. I'm actually gonna pop a save real quick here. Guys, we got some good items, so... I'd rather not lose them on accident with a crazy crash or something. Boom! We escaped the explosions! We'll probably end the episode after this little conversation we're gonna have here.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
What are you doing here?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Tell me how you got here from the Harbinger.
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story.
I don't care. Tell me, dude.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
And where was I?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Oh, damn it. How was I?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional.
Locked?
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Well, what happened next?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID code. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction.
Who attacked us?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels.
Alright, so why did they take me?
Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way.
Why did it come here?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication.
Unpleasantries?
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay.
What happened then?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
And what happened to the rest?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
What do you mean by sadly?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Any alive?
Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Nah, forget about them. I need to get off this rock.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
What about override codes?
Answer. Only the Paragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
Can we contact them?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
Well, I don't know what happens. We need to find out.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
I mean, I need those codes, so I'll dispose of them and leave this rock.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Another solution like that, I might have to do something.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Okay, so what's the code? Or who's got it?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
I'll be the judge of that.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
How could I bypass it?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
Nah, I'm the master of my fate. But see you later. I am evil! Alright, so, before we end off, let me get some stuff here from these broken droids. Mostly components. Any of these lockers lootable? Well, this is at least. That imprint sonic sensor. Sonic imprint sensor installed in the mining droids. Alright, so. Oops. Damn it. Let's see. There's nothing here. We don't have any grips either, but we do have this. So we can add +1 to damage, make it ion damage, and this also gives a bonus to versus droids 1 to 4. Or we can take a slashing damage for 1 to 3, but for now, since we're obviously fighting droids for a while, we're gonna have this one. Assemble! I believe we cannot... Yeah, we don't have... Oh, we do. But unfortunately, we cannot use this one on this. It's not compatible. But we did upgrade our sword. Camera? Hello? Uh-oh. Okay. Camera went a little crazy there, but we fixed it. Let's see, anything on the corpse? Okay, so if we check our quests here, with the sonic imprint sensor, you might be able to record pieces of the officer's voice and then use it to open the airlock. Alright, so we also did level up. We'll do that real quick. And we'll see if we can cheese a little bit here. But first, attributes. Reach level 4, so this allows us to bump up a stat. Let's give ourselves 16, so we have a +3 on strength. Next will be our constitution. Okay, so we're gonna take affect mine early. Obviously, this does not work on strong-willed targets or droids, since droids don't really have, don't have a, you know, a mind to actually dominate. But it'll be useful in the long run. Anyways.
Greeting. It is.
All right, so what are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Veiled threats?
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal.
Alright. Why are you doing a parag?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Why don't you just help me?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility.
I'm getting out of here.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master.
Well,
Of course.
tell me again the voice print stuff.
Condescending explanation. Muse. Conjecture.
So you said it's voice, you said it's already there.
Condescending explanation.
How do I tell speaker?
Answer.
Have you seen a T3
Hesitant
unit?
Answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent.
There was a unit at least in the hangar.
Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. Greeting.
Actually, let me see. I think. How do I get to the
Of
hangar?
course.
What's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were... 5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone there! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please! Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
You can't speak the code for me then?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed to possess?
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
let's see, I believe...
Of course.
There's a way to like make it so like let me see. You can't speak the code. You believe no. Alright. Okay, so we got a piece of the boys. Unfortunately, I don't remember how to trigger the thing that we can trick them into you know, basically speaking the code for us, but it's okay. We'll just save. I made it a little bit of a longer episode, at 45 minutes, but I guess the other ones I made shorter, so it's fine. Anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, subscribe, leave a nice comment, leave a mean comment. That is all up to you. It's alright with me. Hope you'll see you in the next one. Bye.